Bah! Why can't I speak? Hey guys, welcome back to the Poly Vlog. I'm Stephanie, and today I just wanted to open up a little bit and share my own misadventures in non-monogamy story. This is a follow-up video to Mick's Confessions, biggest mistake I ever made. That link is right up here. If you have not seen that video, I highly recommend you go watch it before watching this one, because if you haven't seen it, things might be just a little bit confusing. So if you've seen his video, or if you know Mick, you know that in 2012, he was in a serious car accident. At that point in time, he and I had known each other for 3 years, almost 3 years, and we were very close. He had just started dating a new person at the time of his car accident, and I wanted to be there for him and to help him through that time, but he pushed me away, and I let him. But he's dating this new girl, and he's going through his recovery, and over the next 2.5 years, he and I worked on repairing our friendship, because I was not nice to him during that period of his time. I know, I'm an awful person. He's in a serious car accident, and I become a total bitch. But that's just what I do when you hurt my feelings. But he was very persistent. So we mended our friendship. And then about 2.5 years later, he came to me and he told me that he and his girlfriend were going to go on vacation, and he was going to propose. And I was very happy for the both of them, because I loved and adored both of them, and I thought that they were great together. And she said yes. And I couldn't have been happier for the both of them. About a month later, I get a phone call from Mick, and he says, "Can we talk?" And I was like, "Sure." I already knew what he wanted to say. I was the last person that he came to with this information. He regards my opinion. I have a good opinion, so. But he came to me, and he said, "Okay, I think I fucked up. I met this new girl, and it's causing problems with my fiance and I." I knew that it was causing problems. I had already spoken to her about it, or she had already spoken to me about it. And I told him that yes, he was an idiot, and yes, he fucked up. And if he did not dissolve the relationship with the new girl, that he was going to end up ruining his relationship with his fiance. Eventually, the relationship with the new girl ended, and things with him and his fiance got back on track. His fiance decided that maybe polyamory wasn't so bad, and that she was going to give it a shot. Which is when Mick and I started dating. Her and I talked at length about Mick and I having a relationship. I did not want to step on her toes. I did not want to cause any problems whatsoever with their relationship. I had already seen what the previous relationship had done, and I didn't want to be any part of it. But she assured me that she was going to handle things differently, and that if she had any problems, that she would come to me, and if I had any problems, I would come to her. We set up some boundaries and some rules, and Mick and I started dating. For me, I felt that establishing those rules and boundaries with her was probably the best approach, because I knew the heartache that she had gone through several months prior. So I just wanted to make sure that she knew that I respected her, and I respected her relationship with Mick, and that I did not want to cause them any problems, and that if I was causing problems, that I would step aside. About 2 months into our relationship, the new girl popped back into our lives. This time, his fiance was fine with the relationship. She encouraged it. She tried to help it along as much as she could. I was the one who had the problem. I felt that 2 months was not enough time for he and I to figure out what our relationship was. We were still very much in the throes of NRE, which is New Relationship Energy, which is something we're going to talk about in a future episode. So Mick and I were very much in the throes of NRE. We had no idea where our relationship was going. And I was jealous. I had all of these new emotions bubbling up at the surface, and I didn't know what to do with them. I was trying to explore them. I was trying to push past all that jealousy, all of that fear, all of those insecurities. In the meantime, I was not a nice person. I was not a nice person to him. I was not nice to his fiance. I was not nice to the new girl, and I was not nice to my husband. I felt like my world was collapsing around me. I began pushing everyone away. I was pushing Mick away. I was pushing his fiance away, and her and I were very good friends, and we had been for several years. I was even pushing my husband away because I felt like I was going crazy. I did not know what to do with all of these new emotions. Over time, things began to settle down. The relationship with the new girl eventually ended once again. When that happened, Mick and I stopped fighting. We started getting closer, and slowly his relationship with his fiance began dissolving. I harbored, and I still harbor, some guilt over both of those relationships ending, even though I know that neither one of those relationships ending was my fault. I have no ill will or anything for the other two women. So I eventually worked through my jealousy and my fears and my insecurities. It takes a lot of communication. This lifestyle is not easy, which is why it's not for everyone. If you're having issues, work through them. Communicate. Communicate often. You might feel like all you do is talk about your feelings and talk about your emotions. And you may feel that you are on this constant emotional roller coaster. 1 minute you're high and 1 minute you're low. But that's normal. It's normal for any relationship. It's just a little bit more intense in a polyamorous relationship when you have more than one partner. Because if you're the person experiencing the jealousy, the fears, the insecurities, it's not just you on that roller coaster. You are taking everyone with you. You have to learn that no one can make you feel an emotion without your permission. The new girl did not make me feel jealous. I allowed that jealousy to creep in. I allowed all those insecurities to creep in. I allowed that fear to creep in. And that is my fault because I was not communicating effectively. Or I was, and I just couldn't push past it. You have to learn how to find that place of inner peace inside of you. I eventually have come to terms with all of this, and next time I won't be such a raving lunatic bitch. Maybe. Thanks so much for watching. If this was your first time viewing the Polyvlog, please click the subscribe button. If you'd like to see more, just click the link at the top to see more videos. We post weekly in an effort to improve the practice of polyamory as a healthy lifestyle and promote conscious loving choices. Please check the description box below for links to our website, Twitter, and Facebook pages, and then head on over to Facebook and follow us there. Until next time, love abundantly.